Good morning, guys. Oh boy, do I have some things to say this morning. So, by the way, I hope everyone is well. This video is obviously going to be about Miss Katie Joy because you've already seen the title. And y'all know I try to not look at a lot of her fuckery that goes on day to day because it's just so repetitive at this point. But once in a while, she does something that is just a reminder of what makes her such a terrible person to be on social platforms. And this is one of those scenarios. Let's talk about TikTok. TikTok is not a platform that I spend a ton of time on, but as I've said before, I have a handful of people that I follow over there, and I enjoy their content. Am I someone who is really familiar with younger people on TikTok? No, I'm not, because I don't enjoy watching kids on my social media. So I'm not super familiar with kind of the Gen Z people on TikTok, but there are these dancers, and I don't know a ton about them, so I'm never going to come here and say, oh, I know this and I know that. I don't know a lot about them, but they do dance videos, and there's a young lady by the name of Miranda who is part of this group on TikTok. 7M is who kind of manages this group. Evidently, Miss Katie Joy has found found a brand new topic to exploit all over her channel. I've said recently that her Duggar content is drying out because aside from Josh Duggar, what else does she really have to talk about? She has talked about everything to do with the Duggars. Everything from things that were on the show to things that were completely made up. And I guess, she needs some milk money. And what she's doing with this topic is so gross because she's not only giving commentary on this group of dancers, she is coming out of the gate with all kinds of insane claims. Everything from the dancers are being abused, the dancers are being manipulated, the dancers are being controlled with money, the dancers don't talk to their families, and those are some pretty egregious claims to just come out and say about people.
Daniel Joseph is underneath him, and so he's the producer on all of these videos, okay? They don't get to do anything unless Daniel says anything. So someone reached out to me that's not in the group, but has heard, and then I had other corroborating statements from other people, that they are not allowed to do anything unless they consult Daniel first. That includes if they want to buy a shirt, if they want to see their family, if they want to talk to their family, if they want to see their friends, if they want to go somewhere, if they want to spend any amount of money, if they want to really do anything. Daniel has to let them know. So say one of the kids or one of the adults wants to see a family member, and they have to ask Daniel if they think it's a good idea, because they're told by the pastor that if they don't submit to God, they're not submitting. If they don't submit to him, they're not submitting to God. So apparently what the pastor is telling them, it's like, if you can't submit to me, then you will not be able to submit to God. And so if you can't submit to me, you're not submitting to God. And so if they don't submit and they don't listen to him, they take away opportunities. So when someone misses, so this was an example I was given. Someone could not go to, if someone can't go to church, like say someone can't go to church. So remember how Melanie was saying that she missed church that time? And then they got really upset with her, and then she was going to get in trouble and not allowed to go to church anymore. That's one of the things that happens to them, is once they're not allowed to go to church, they have to work their way into church too. So they go to all of these meetings. They have meetings 4 times a week. Church is 4 hours on Sundays. Not everyone's allowed to go to church on Sundays. And then if you miss, then they pull you out of church and you can't go to church anymore. But once you're pulled out of church, you're also not allowed to go on to jobs. You're not allowed to hang out with the people at church. If you do hang out with people at church, it's only limited. You miss out on money. You miss out on opportunities. And if you apparently do and follow the rules, if you do and follow the rules, you get to stay in line. So they're making money, but they can't spend it unless they're told what given permission to spend it, and then they don't know if they're actually getting paid the full amounts because they don't really know what all they're making because it changes, and apparently Daniel controls the money too. So if they follow the rules, they get jobs and they get money. If they don't follow the rules and they don't submit and obey and do everything that they say, they're pulled out of jobs, they lose access to friends, they might not be able to see people that they want to see. And people are complying because if they don't, I'm sorry, I'm deleting people.
But specifically, she's focused on this one girl, Miranda. They pretty much turn their back on her and she doesn't talk to them. And unfortunately, this happens a lot. It shouldn't, but it happens a lot. And when this happens, usually people would look at that and say, that's a family issue. You know, it's for the family to sort out. Instead of leaving a family issue to be a family issue, Katie is using this Miranda girl as a way to exploit and spread all kinds of rumors. Now, while I don't know a ton of details when it comes to this situation, anyone can look at this, and if you know Katie, you know exactly what she's doing. She is exploiting this situation for her own monetary gain. She is claiming that this story was dropped in her lap, even though, let's be honest, nothing drops into her lap. She digs and digs and digs and then digs some more until she can come up with a clickbaity title and spin and twist things so that she can come up with a video.
Over the weekend, a new story fell into my lap. And I think it's something that you guys are going to love. And then I'm going to ask that when I upload a video on this topic, that you give it a chance and you give it a watch, because I do think that if you have been interested and intrigued with the content that we've done around numerous churches that take advantage of people, this one will be right up your alley. And it actually involves some dancers that are viral right now on TikTok and Instagram. This group is being called out for being connected to this really tightly controlled church that's kind of controlling everything. So the group is 7M Films, and they are the people that make those dances from throwbacks like the 70s and 80s stuff where you see them doing the disco dancing.
For ages now, she's been talking about having sources. I don't think that Katie has sources. I think that she is her own source, and I think that she digs on the internet for personal info about people, and then she will twist that just a little bit so that she can say, oh, well, this is what the source told me. And when she gets called out, she doesn't have to take responsibility for it because it came from her source. At the end of the day, like I said, I don't think that she has any sources. I think that her sources are make-believe, and what they are in real life is it's actually her looking through court records, DMV records, whatever public records she can get her, greasy little hands on. She is her source, is the point that I'm trying to make. But this whole situation with what she's doing with the dancers really just reminded me of how she is not an advocate for anyone. In Katie's mind, she is a whistleblower. She is a journalist, just like she's called herself 1,000 times. She thinks that she is bringing something to light, that she's the only person who has reported on this, so she needs some kind of like bronze medal. That's not the case at all. What she does is she reports on things that are many times not true, or they are exaggerated. That's why nobody has reported on what she's saying, because half the time it isn't even factual. That's the problem. She was sitting on an Instagram live a couple days ago. Someone in her comments said, I don't know if they were associated with the dancers or something, but they said they needed help. And she said, well, I can't help you I'm here to report on the story.
And those in need of help, if I'm reporting, I mean, I can maybe get you in touch with people. I don't know if I can help you. I don't know what kind of help.
And I really want everyone to remember that. Katie is here to report on things. She is not here to be an advocate or get involved in community outreach or charities or organizations that really actually help victims of SA and DV. She is someone who wants to utilize stories to her financial gain so that she can get more subscribers and she can get more viewers. And that's all that she's here for. If she was really an advocate and cared so much about cults and survivors of DV and SA and children, that have been trafficked and exploited, she would be doing more with her platform than what she's doing. Katie is nothing more than a trashy version of TMZ. She is nothing more than a gossip channel on YouTube. And when I say gossip, I don't even want to call her a commentary channel, because at least commentary channels usually will come to their audience with actual content and make the content researched. Now, again, I'm not speaking for all commentary channels, but most of them are going to look into what it is that they want to talk about and give their opinion based off of facts. Of course, their opinions are not facts because it's just an opinion, but usually the opinions that they're sharing are based off of events that actually happened, words that were actually said. And this is what I've talked about for so long with her. When it comes to her subscribers, and I am not throwing shade at anyone who, if you're watching this video and you're a supporter of hers, fine. But what I've always said is, if you're going to her to listen to what it is that she's covering, wouldn't you at least want to know that what she's sharing is based off of actual events that happened? And if you say, well, I don't care, then okay, but do you really feel good supporting someone who is lying, slandering, and utilizing trauma for her own financial gain? I always go back to, what would she say if someone else was doing this to her? If someone else came on their channel and said, Katie Joy's son is being abused in his home, and this is why I think these things are happening, what would she say? How would she react to that? I can guarantee you her reaction would not be a positive one. Because how dare anyone speak about her child? And I'm with her on that, but at the same time, do unto others as you want them to do unto you. That is such a simple rule to incorporate into your life. If you don't want it done to you, then don't do it to anyone else. And I know that, mistakes and hiccups happen along the way. That's just part of life. But if you're going out of your way to mistreat people, and you're going out of your way to spread rumors so that you can have a title that nobody else is going to have on your video, you are not someone who deserves respect, in my opinion, of course. I don't think that Katie really cares about people that are in cults. I don't think that she really cares about women who are in unhealthy marriages, because of their links to IBLP and so on and so forth. I think she is someone who is interested in whatever she can use for a title. And when she wants to sit there and act like people are just against her and people are trying to bring her down and ruin her reputation, I just constantly have to roll my eyes at that, because all that she has done during her time on YouTube is show people why she's really here. And don't get me wrong, I understand that people start YouTube sometimes because they need money. You know, they're either not able to work or they're just interested in having a YouTube channel, and they know that sometimes money can be part of, you know, the reward of having a platform. But if you're making your money off of exploiting other people's pain, I really hesitate with that, because that is not a way to earn a living, in my opinion. It's just a terrible way to earn your paycheck by exploiting what someone else's worst part of their life has been, assuming that it's true. You know, she lies, so that I can't account for. But if you are reporting on something that is something really traumatic that someone is going to have to go to therapy for, or they're trying to they're trying to get out of a really toxic marriage, and you're utilizing that so that you can get a paycheck and earn a living, that's gross to me. I've also thought about this situation, and I'm going to do a whole nother video on this. I already have some notes kind of outlined, but I've thought about the same situation when it comes to true crime channels and kind of the ethics of having a true crime channel. And this is coming from someone who really enjoys true crime content. I don't subscribe to a lot of YouTubers who cover true crime, but I do subscribe to a couple of them. Something that I've really thought about is just, if you're running a true crime channel and you are making money off of what someone's worst day of their life was, because if you're murdered, then that would be the worst day of someone's life. Not only the victim, but their family members. If you're not covering that case with the utmost respect and white gloves, then you're bad too. You know, and I know a lot of times it really seems like I don't like any YouTuber. And I don't want it to come off like that. But I just expect, I guess I have high standards for what having a YouTube channel is, you know? And I don't expect people to be perfect, because none of us are perfect and mistakes will be made. But as far as how you cover the topics is really important. And that's why, you know, you look at a lot of these true crime channels, and so many of them, it takes weeks to research and really look into their topics. And that's also where I had a big problem with Dad Challenge podcast covering the Gabby Petito situation, because I saw other YouTubers cover Gabby as well, but it was weeks down the road. It was not immediate, because there was so much information that was developing, and there has to be research done before you just come on your channel and spout out a bunch of nonsense. That is reckless, and it's harmful to the family of the victim. You have to make sure that, to the best of your ability, you know what you're talking about. Because if you're just going to jump on a live and allow your subscribers to throw a bunch of conspiracy theories out there, to me, that is not a reputable way to make money. It's so clear who is doing things for money and who is doing things because they have put the work into it and they're coming to their audience with an informed video. Katie thinks that just because she's covered the topics of cults, that she can come and share this info without it being properly researched, because she thinks that she knows everything that there is to know about cults. And she doesn't know. She doesn't know a lot of stuff. And as we've seen in the past, the repeat problem with her is that even if she gets it wrong, she is not someone who has an ounce of integrity. So she is not going to come to her platform and say, I got it wrong. This is actually the correct info. I'm sorry, and I'm sorry to the people that I lied on. She doesn't care. As long as that money is rolling in, she does not care. And this is why she has a whole ass community of people that watch every move she makes, because we've seen it before. History always repeats itself with her, and it's only a matter of time before she finds something else to exploit, or gets something else wrong, or mistreats her subscribers, or doesn't apologize for making up slanderous lies against someone. It's only a matter of time. And that's why people watch, and that's why people post to the Reddit, and that's why people have YouTube channels where all they cover is Katie, because we continue to see who she is. And this whole situation that she's doing, it's just ridiculous. It's predictable. It's ridiculous. It's her looking out for her own pockets and making really slanderous claims against people that she does not know. And anyone who has the audacity to come onto their platform and literally throw out assumptions as if they're fact is not someone who deserves respect. So I'm not telling anyone to not subscribe to her channel, but if you are going to subscribe to her channel and support her, just know that you're supporting someone who lies and exploits for their own financial gain. She's also someone who, again, recently broke Instagram terms of service by telling her followers to report another Instagram account that, she decided she had a personal issue with someone, and she tells people to report the account. Like, that's how she rolls. That is what she does, and it is just absolutely unacceptable. So, my book, I don't support people like that. And again, I'm not telling you not to, but know who you're supporting. Look into it. If you are okay with literally giving her money, because by watching her videos and interacting, you are paying her. So in real life, would you be okay with walking up to her and giving her $7, $10, $20, depending on how often you watch her? And if you're okay with it, fine. Katie's a real piece of work. She's not going to change. She's only going to rinse and repeat her fucking nonsense that she keeps doing, day after day after day. And yeah, so I don't know. She's not an advocate. She is an exploiter. And anyone who exploits someone else's pain you know, I will discuss periodically. She's just a mess. So either way, let me know what you guys think about all this. Have you been following her factory? Did you see anything on the Reddit about it? How do you feel? So let me know. For now, if you like the video, please leave a like in the comments. And if you'd like to see more from me in the future, please subscribe. I'll see you guys soon. Bye.